everyone, my name is Callie and welcome to my place and my plot. All that anxiousness about having to wait to plant my single seed. And I missed it. This past weekend was 8 weeks before frost. So let's get this job done. So I panicked a little bit in the beginning of this video, like 10 minutes ago, and I thought, what the heck am I going to plant it in? I have some stuff, but they're for planting like 6 plants of a type or 8 plants of a type. So I checked out my recycling bin and I found a yogurt cup. Siggy's, by the way, if you haven't tried Siggy's, they're awesome. And I'm thinking I'm just going to set it inside one of the trays that I have and a humidifying hood that I have. But eventually I don't want to have a huge pack of cells with only one plant in it. So I thought, well, I'm going to go with this. Anyway, that was a big, long explanation for. Now I need some drainage holes. And the set that I have, which I should show you, and I will in a second, I think has slits along the side to let water in and out. Okay, now I'm going to go check. Hang on a minute. Shucks, while I'm doing this, why don't I just introduce you to my seed starting kit? You can see the light and everything in here, but this right here is my seed starting area. And wanted to show you this because it's just not as big as so many others. So first, I have this lovely tray, which if you do any kind of work indoors, you should have, to try and collect my mess. And then in here, I have all my seed starting stuff. So what I wanted to show you is in here too. Okay, there they are. I got it. There. I'll show you that in a second. But while I'm here, I will show you the rest of it. And over here, yeah, I think you guys can see this. I'm going to turn on the light. There you go. Now it's blowing out the whole thing, but I will let it go. So this is my seed starting area. This is from a mini greenhouse kit. It's just 2 of the shelves. I have one LED grow light in it. And these are the things I've started so far. And I just leave them under there, and I turn on the light when I need it. I even have a small heating pad to help the seeds germinate. What we have so far is onion and leek, and I've got some celery growing, which I've never grown before, and some impatiens, which are doing okay. And I just planted some ageratum autumn sandstone, which I'm very excited about as well. I realized a couple of years ago, 4 years ago maybe, that the 72 count trays, the 24 count trays, the big trays were just a waste of my time. I didn't need that much of any one plant. And if you planted up all the cells with different seeds, they all germinated at different rates. So you had one humidity dome to put over it, and that one humidity dome, half your seedlings would be up, half of them would not be up, and I found out I just kept cutting the seedling trays to pieces. So I'm like, you know what, we just need a smaller setup. And I found these on Amazon, and I'll try and find a link below for them. Oh, they do just have a single hole in the bottom. So this is all the bigger they are. It has 12 in it, and I gotta tell you right now, I have one that's only got 6, and I may cut it in half so that I can just do a 6. Like, how many times do you just need a 6-pack of things? And it came with the watering tray. Voila. And it also came with a humidity dome. This thing right here. And you can see the humidity dome actually comes with a vent that you can close or open depending on how much moisture is condensing inside. And voila. And these fit on that tray perfectly. And like away I go. So now I can plant like tomatoes next to tomatoes, and this could just be tomatoes and they'll all come up, and I don't feel like I don't have to struggle so much with, well, the tomatoes came up but the peppers didn't, and so on and so forth. But for my little strawberry, I'm going to do this until it sprouts. And then it will just hang out on a side in one of these trays. So these have holes straight up on the bottom. I think I can do that reasonably easy. Come on. Okay, wait, I'm gonna do this down on the ground. There we go. Whoop, there we are. Oh, well, I guess that's a good place to start. Okay, so that covers that area, but I'm actually concerned, like, this is the deepest part. I think I want to just cut it. Oh, it worked! And, like, create, come on, some slits. Oh, I think that's working. Okay, did I get it? Did I get it? Poke through, did I get it? There it goes. So now, there it is. I did wash this out. I mean, after all, my single seed needs the best conditions, right? So that I will have something that looks like that. So I'm going to do 2 more of those, and then I will feel comfortable, I think, planting inside of it. Okay, so I have my beautiful little well-draining pot, which I shall stick in one of these, and we are ready to plant the seed. Let me set up. Because after all, I don't want to make a mess. So I'm going to move my tray over here so I don't get dirt all over everything. Well, okay, I didn't actually grab my tray, but I grabbed my bucket of dirt. Look, I'm a little bit dirty. So here is what I got started. And I can tell you right now, I already, I think, added too much water to my mix. Oh, yeah, definitely too much water to my mix. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this stuff out of the water a little bit. Look, I literally have an old wooden kitchen spoon on the end of it. So, way too much water. Because do you see it drip out? There. So I'm going to squish it loose. And then I'm going to add it in. All right, let's do another batch. Oh, nothing like playing in the mud 8 weeks before frost, right? Okay, so I'm going to confess. This is seed starting mix, but it is also just some potting mix. I tend to have a problem keeping my plants moist enough, all right? And seed starting mix, like, I find if I miss by a couple of hours, there will be 1 cell in those 6 packs of cells that will literally be bone dry. So a few years ago, I started doing half potting soil, half seed starting mix. And while I am trying this year not to do it that way for my other seeds, this poor little guy has to survive. So I don't want him drying out. And this also gives him a little bit of nutrients and that kind of stuff. So there, we're all packed in. I'm going to give my hand a rinse into the mud pit that I have created. And then I will go grab the seed. So now you get a chance to see how I've been storing my seeds. I got this from the Impatient Gardener. No, let me say that the right way. I got this idea from the Impatient Gardener. At almost any craft place, you can pick up this kind of thing. It's a photo box organizer for photos. It's awesome. Though everybody organizes their own way. But what's cool is you can do that here because this is whatever you want it to be. I organize mine by when I need to plant them. For example, the reason all those things are growing is I have a container labeled 12 weeks, mid-February, and then 10 weeks, and there's a part of me thinking I could have planted my strawberry then. The agastache I planted, I planted calendula outside in the garden. I planted some anise hyssop already. Also, I said out in the garden. Winter sowing, out in jugs. Okay, so it's not in there. So then, if you know, you know. 6 to 8 weeks, this way. 6 to 8 weeks is a whole bunch of things. So I have 3 containers for 6 to 8 weeks that are my flowers, my veggies, and my tomatoes, because I have lots of tomatoes. I haven't planted my tomatoes yet either. I gotta get to it. But today we are focusing on the strawberries. What would you have put them in? Would I have put them in veggies? I did! Here they are. The strawberry white soul. Okay. Let me close this up. So we have to reread some of these instructions. We also have to make a label. One of my boxes has my labels in it and my gardening pen. I have no idea how well the gardening pen will work. My labels tend to fade. So I have tried a few. The one I used last year was just like a super permanent Sharpie, which is this one. There it is, industrial strength Sharpie. That I don't think held up to the sunshine. So this year I have a permanent garden marker from Stettler, and we shall see. So we're gonna call these Strawberry, White Soul, and we are planting it today, which is March 14th. And let's see if they tell me how long till I can expect a germination. 14 to 48 days. Oh, it better not be 48 days. Let's give it 2 weeks. And if it hasn't come up, we're going to plant another one. 14 days would be 28. So by the end of March. So I only just started doing this. I'm putting on the date to expect so that if they don't sprout by then, I know it's had sufficient time. Though this one is maybe not quite sufficient amounts of time. So there, we got our tag. I'm going to put that back in the kit. Is there anything else? Oh, well, I can show you the rest of my labels in case it matters. So on this side, you can see we keep going with, after the 6 to 8 weeks stuff. There's 4 weeks early, 2 weeks early. I got a blank one. And then I have after frost, flowers, vines, and veggies, because there's quite a few of those things. I even have one for prairie plants, because I have a native prairie garden that I started working on last year, and I did a bunch of it with seeds. So all the extra seeds are in there. Don't laugh. I have one labeled orders. So I can put pieces of paper in here for the orders my friends have given me for which plants they would like to grow, or which plants they'd like me to grow for them. And then I have some old labels. Oh, so see, they did last year. Or these were the ones that I killed or didn't sprout. And that's why they're not faded. Okay, enough of seeds. Let's go pick a seed. Here we go. I don't want to lose anything, so I'm going to actually steal out this piece of paper I have sitting here. So, according to the packet, the ideal temperature is 60 to 75 degrees. My house is usually around 68 degrees when I'm around, sometimes 70, because it can get cold around here in the spring. And other times it's like it's 62, so I think that's going to be too cold. Also, I want to make sure they germinate more quickly. I'm going to put them on the heating pad. Seed depth is to surface sow. So for this one, all you want to do is press it into the top. Plant spacing we don't care about at this point. Minimum hours of sun, it needs full sun. It does say start indoors 4 to 8 weeks early, so we're good. Barely cover lightly with soil. I'm actually going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to use vermiculite, because it says do not allow the soil to dry out. So let me go grab my vermiculite and I will explain what I mean. Oh, it's time to open the package and see which seed we're going to plant. Vermiculite. Okay. This is something I got from Laura at Garden Answer. Vermiculite helps regulate moisture levels. So I just picked this up. It's a very light, sort of squishy, soft, spongy material like this, and it absorbs water and releases water. So what we will do, instead of covering it with any soil, we will lightly sprinkle this over top of it to help moderate moisture and to provide just that slight bit of coverage, but enough sun should be able to get through. Okay, I'm going to aim you down. Let's do this. Okay, let's see how big these seeds are. I don't expect them to be huge. You know those little seeds you see on a strawberry? Yeah, that's these. There they are. Here, let me get close. That's it. That's them. Okay, that's way too many. I have to pick one. Okay, I'm trying to narrow it down. Ooh, I am down to 2. See, they're so tiny. Can you even see them anymore? Yeah, well, maybe. They're on there. They're right next to each other. Hang on, I'm going to close this. Okay, neither of these seeds looks bad. I mean, they don't... Hang on. Let me take off my glasses so I can see them more clearly. They don't look cracked or anything. I mean, so they look fine. Honestly, this one looks less fine. Okay, don't ask me how I know. That's what I'm going with. Okay, I got my fingertip wet. There it is. Here it goes. Single seed challenge. Oh, gotta help to wipe it off. There it is. I can see it in there. I don't know if you can, but I can. And then we're just gonna grab a little bit of this and give it a little smooshy over top of it there. And then I really shouldn't be using this huge watering container. Oh, I have a mister. So, to water things, I had to take my glasses off. I need to get my prescription updated. To water things, you don't want the seeds to move around. I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming right back. So in the initial watering, and maybe for the first bits, a spray bottle might be your best option. I honestly use this even after they come up. I find, I always have problems with seed starting mix. I find watering from the bottom doesn't always work for me. And I need to get water to just one without like destroying the plants. So let's see how much of a mess I can make. It has finally gotten to the point where the seedlings I have over there are large enough that this doesn't provide enough water when I spray it. Or rather, I have to spray 10 to 15 times. It gets a little old. And, not only does it get a little old, okay, I don't know what's on this, but I'm going to clean it off. It uses up the whole bottle. Like, that won't happen. Once we water now, it'll be fine for 2 weeks, especially with the humidity dome on. It'll be fine until it starts sprouting. Okay, here we go. So, boom, boom. Just going to spray. See, come on now, don't let me down. There we go. So this just wets the whole surface without displacing that seed. I'm going to give it a couple of really good spritzes. Remember, I already pre-wetted the soil. A little too much, if you remember right. Okay. Okay, I can't see it anymore. But it was in the middle there somewhere. Okay, there you go, little seed. You are in. And now we are going to cover you up with the humidity dome. And then tomorrow it will get its first dosage of light underneath the grow light. And there it is, my single seed challenge. Whoop, wait a minute. Do you see what I forgot? Put in the tag. There. Okay, now we are ready to cover it up. I'm going to go ahead and close the vent entirely just to see kind of where things are. I also have to plug in my heat mats because I do want this on heat. And my little seed is ready to go. Oh! I hope it sprouts. There's only one seed here. What if it's a bad seed? Okay, we're just going to hope it sprouts. I'm not even going to start another one yet. It better sprout. Thanks so much for joining me. And remember, subscribe if you want to find out what happens next. You'll have to hit the notify button because I will be irregular posting these videos. Talk to you later.